Hey y'all, how y'all doing? You know me, I'm always late. Unfortunately, I had to return my laptop that from the school. In the summer, they want us to return our laptops. So I'm having, for some reason, to use my phone because my laptop will not work. So it's going really slow. So I need to see if there is some type of virus or something on here. But I'm just glad that I got three people in the building. Maybe one day I'll have a little bit more, but until then, I got my girls Chicky D and my girl Cece and my boy Maddie. How are you guys doing today? Hope everybody's doing well. And the other person who's in the bushes, hopefully it's somebody that I like. But today I'm going to be talking a little bit about distractions are meant to distract you from your purpose. Most people don't see themselves as having a purpose. But unfortunately, I'm not going to say even the murderers, um, people like that, people that were serial killers, people that did really heinous crimes, they had a purpose, but it was purpose for the good, not for the bad. They turned it into the bad. So everybody in the whole world has a purpose, even the people we don't like. And now I'm going to repeat this. I'm not saying that the murderers actually, their purpose was to murder. I'm just saying that before they turned and did started doing evil things, they even had a purpose to do something beneficial with their lives. And we all do. Hey, Nate, how are you, sweetie? Hey, baby. I can't do it like you, Nate, but it's a little close, close to that. So I hope that I explained that very well. So people won't say, "What's she saying?" People that murder people got a purpose. I'm talking about they had a purpose before they started doing evil things. I believe we came into the world to impact the world in a good way, in a powerful way, but some use their purpose for the bad, right? And that's just unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. But hey baby, like that. I don't know if I'm saying it right, Nate. I might need you to come up here and show me how to do it. But yeah, so I have, thought about this subject because um I was a little distracted. Hey, Mr. Good Boy. Hey, that boy, Ro. How are you doing, baby? I'm changing up instead of saying sweetie. I'm going to steal this from Nate the Great. We all have a purpose in our lives. Some of us know what that is, some of us don't. Your purpose could be a good mother or being a good father. Your purpose could be like the people that are in politicals to change laws. Copyright disclaimer. Okay. Yeah, I stole that from you, Nate. So yeah, it could be anything. Like I said, whatever your field that you went into, that could have been your purpose. When I went into education, I didn't realize that maybe I really did have a niche for teaching, and especially with children. And I deal with disability children that have disabilities, whether they are autistic or have Down syndrome. So that's part of my purpose, but that's not all of my purpose. And I would say to you guys that I think we all have different types of purposes in our life. Hey, Thug Manning, how are you, sweetie? Baby, how are you? I'm glad to see you. And I'm gonna stop saying baby because now it just sounds weird for me saying it. Let me just go back to sweetie. But yeah, I'm glad to see you guys on this Saturday afternoon. I'm not gonna hold you long. I was just talking about how we all have a purpose. Hey, capital C, how are you, sweetie? Farmer Nancy, my girl. Now Farmer Nancy, she is a farmer. She does a lot for her community, bringing in fresh fruits and vegetables for her people in her community. And she has a very important purpose. And see, a lot of times when we have a very important purpose in our life and we're helping other people, we all get distracted. I don't care if you think your purpose is small, we all get distracted by foolishness. And I'm just going to give you, I'm like if I'm at church, give you a little testimony of how I got distracted. I got distracted by a lot of things that were going on with my name involved in it. And I got so distracted, I took my eyes off the goal and I took my eyes off the purpose. My purpose when I first came onto this platform was to be different, to be a light, despite of what I've been through, despite of what I have encountered. I wanted to stand out to the point to where I was set apart. I was different. I had a message to give people because of the things that I've learned, the things that I'm still learning. And I wanted to have that type of platform, right? And what you say, weapons of mass. I know that's right. Look, both of our mouths are mad. Oh, hey, we weapons of mass destruction. We can destroy, but we can also uplift, right? And that's what Nancy does. That's what a lot of us in our chat do. We are people that use our talents and gifts because that is what we have been given to us. Whether it's God, if you think it's divine intervention, or if you think that's just something we came into the world with individually, we all have something to offer, right? Whether you think it's small or you think it's big. And what I'm saying to you is, I got distracted just a tad bit because of everything that was going on at YouTube. But then when I realized the big scope of things, you should not allow people, places, or things get so in your way that you can't see nothing besides that. Because when you see what people are saying, and when you deal with the mess that's going on, you start to realize the BS really isn't worth it. I had to sit and think the other day with all the stuff going on with a few people that I don't like, especially is just one that I could find her and just do some damage. Um, I said, is that really worth it? Is this person really worth me losing focus of my purpose and what I have a gifting for? I have a gifting for helping people in the capacity. It could be in a lot of different ways. I can help. I'm a big encourager. If I see that you might be going down a wrong road, or if I can give you some helpful advice, I make it a point to make sure that I let you know, hey, you can do this. You are not alone. I'm with you. You got this. You are important. You do have purpose. I have that ability. I can, and I really believe what I'm telling another person because I understand in life experiences, we all feel like giving up. We all feel like we're not good enough or we're not significant enough to accomplish whatever we have to accomplish, right? And then when we have people that come beside us and even behind us and let us know that you got this, you can make it. You have what it takes to do big things, right? That's the type of person I am. That's the role that I play in a lot of people's lives. I do that with family. I do that with friends. I do that with associates. I just do that with people in general. If I see that there is a need for me to let them know, right? And that's what God, I feel like, gave me. He gave me that heart of compassion and understanding to let people know, hey, you're not alone. I got you. whatever you need, if I can help you, I'm going to try to help you. And that's a part of who I am. That's how I was designed. Everybody has a different gifting. Farmer Nancy, hey Shay Love, Farmer Nancy may have a gifting to grow things in order to nourish people healthy organic food, because our body needs that. We were designed to eat healthy food, not the trash that we actually eat on a daily basis, right? And we all do it, but she has the ability to make things grow. It reminds me of my grandmother. She had that thing like Nancy. She had a green thumb. She had 3 gardens on her property, right? And we have a very large property, and she had 3 gardens, and she had watermelons, she had peas, she had collard greens, she had everything in her garden, and she could make anything grow, and she fed her family. She fed the people that were around her. That was her gifting. That was a part of her, I guess, her gifting and her talents. And we can go, like, maybe later I can describe the difference between gifts and talents, but sometimes they coincide with each other. She just had that green thumb. And I think about Shay Love. Y'all check Shay Love out too. And Cece or Cheeky, my beautiful people, if y'all could put their links in the chat, I would appreciate it. Shay Love, Farmer Nancy, for those who don't know. Yo, is Mike, my other buddy. How you doing, sweetie? Put his link in the chat, because I'm about building. I'm not about tearing down. And I said that from the beginning. But like I said, we all, hey, Lon, how are you? Lonnie, she has a gifting. Let's see what Lon, she got a gifting of. I think she has a gifting of making people feel comfortable or making people feel wanted. A lot of people don't have that welcomeness, or they don't have that thing. Oh, Mr. Goodboy, thank you, sweetie. They don't have that thing that they make people feel like they just are a joy to be around, and she has that ability. Shay Love has that ability. She's very motivating. She's very encouraging. She is, I would say, another encourager. She, those that are into, because not everybody is of the Christian belief, but those who are of that belief, she is very encouraging. She is very insightful in her studies, and she expounds on it, and that's her gifting. That's what God gave her. And like I said, we all have different giftings, we all have different talents, and in the midst of us having that, we get distracted by negativity. I remember when I was talking, hey Harley, my sweetie. I remember when I said a comment under Shay Love post, and I said, hey, let's just pray for each other. And she said, yeah, and also pray for your enemies. And when she said that, I said, Lord, you're gonna have to help me with that. I ain't there. I'm sometimes I get there, but then I'm like, oh, so I need some help in that area. So Shay, I need you to pray on that. I'm needing some help in praying for your enemies. That's what we were commanded to do. But anyway, yeah, so we all have things, mess. We have, whether it's people, places, or things. We get distracted by stuff. And a lot of times it's not negative. Sometimes it could be good stuff. We could be watching a lot of good things on TV. That's a distraction. We could be talking to people all of the time and never have time for ourselves. And that's a distraction, right? We have so many distractions around us, good or bad. And some of us have children. I don't have any children at this time. I'm not married. Dating, but I'm not married and I don't have children. So whenever I do get to that point, there are going to be some times where even children or your husband can be a good or a bad distraction. And sometimes destruction. No, please, that was a joke. But anyway, it probably fell flat. But anyway, we all have distractions that keep our minds all binded up. And sometimes those distractions can hinder us from going into our purpose and going into where we actually need to be focusing on, right? I with the things that yes, the world we purposely live in does keep us distracted. You are so correct, capital C. um because like I said, if it's not TV, if it's not all this type of social media, if it's not people that you don't know, people that you do know, people in your family, hey realist, how you doing, sweetie? If it ain't people in your family and people outside of your family, there's always something to get your mind off of what you really need to be focusing on, right? And I will say, through this whole thing that had transpired, it got me just a tad bit distracted. Hey, Real Cornbread, how you, sweetie? Glad to see you. We all get distracted. Hey, K Smooth, and I did too, right? And I want to acknowledge everybody. I sometimes, forgive me, I have to stop and acknowledge people, because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you decide to come to my little old chat. And I appreciate you for your kindness and and your support. So I got distracted by what I was hearing. I really did. Like I say, I'm not like Empress Lunny One Love, and y'all check her out too if y'all want something funny to look at. She's very funny, but she also can be very insightful. Young Riez, how are you, sweetie? And I got distracted because of what I was hearing. And I was about to, I'm telling you guys, I had a outer body experience to where I was just like, I went back to that old person, that Delisha, right? And that was yeah, that was BC, right? So I went to that old person, Delisha, and I really lost focus for a quick second. And then when I sit down and I thought about some things, I said, you know what? Hey, my Kita, I'm not the person that I used to be, but it's still there and it's alive and well. And I had to catch myself and say, is my purpose worth more than foolishness? I'm going to say yes. My purpose is definitely worth more than foolishness. It really is. And only when I sit down, right? Yes, the enemy uses distractions to pull us away from our purpose, throw us in the balanced mind wise. The devil is crafty, very crafty. And he uses people and those that believe in evil and good. There are some people that operate under demonic entities, right? And that demonic energy can sometimes really get you so off of where you need to be focusing on. You lose, I would say you get out of in touch of what's more important, right? And it's so interesting how you're doing well. It's always when you're doing well, when you're focusing on the right things. And then you find out that when things are trying to hit you, that's when you sometimes lose it. You forget at that one split second the important goal, the important purpose that you have. Like I said, everybody's is different, right? So whether yours is small or big, anything you just think about it. Every time in your life, you have had things going really good. You were doing what you were supposed to do. You were walking the way you were supposed to walk. You felt good about what you were doing. You felt good about you. And then somebody said something, somebody did something, or something just happened in your life and it falters your mindset just for that split second. And sometimes more than a split second, right? You lose your mind. to an extent because your mind was focused on your goal. Your mind was focused on making things happen for yourself and other people that was around you. But somebody did, and somebody said, or something happened. A death could have, you know what? Death is sometimes a distraction. Have you ever thought about that? When it's people that you're close to, people that you hold dear to, and they die, you lose focus for however long because that was hurtful. You'll never see that person again unless you believe in there's another side. And hopefully y'all be in the same place, right? So you lose focus, you get distracted. Death can be a distraction, divorce, loss of a relationship. All these things can be a distraction. And I don't care what people say, we live in a physical world as well as a spiritual world. And a lot of spiritual things, if you're not zoned in and you're not discerned, you don't have discernment and wisdom and knowledge of it, you are ignorant to the fact that there is evil and good fighting every day. And sometimes for your own soul, right? So things like I said, when people are used by demonic entities, they don't even, most of the time, I'm gonna say most of the time, they don't really understand or really see that they're being used by demonic entities. They don't see that they're being allowing darkness to fulfill them and darkness to enter them to do the things that they're doing. So when they lash out on you or do things towards you, it's because they have a battle on the inside and the darkness has taken over rather, right? And so a lot of people are not aware and they don't have the knowledge of that fact. Right. And they'll say, well, Selena, that's an opinion. But like I said, a lot of things. Hey, Vetted, how are you, sweetie? A lot of things people don't realize you got a battle going on inside of you. Right. And sometimes in that battle, you can't see, you can just feel it. I felt it the whole week. I had a part of me that was telling me, don't get into the bull. Now, I didn't say it like that. Of course, don't get into the mess, right? I said, bull. Don't get into the mess. Don't allow this to turn you into something that you are trying to steer away from. See, sometimes, and I'm just going to say this for people, hey, Richie Rich, people that are non-believers, or whatever you believe in, there is good and bad energy. There is light and darkness. There's an opposite to everything, right? And sometimes when you have that good and that bad inside of you, that evil and that pureness, the goodness inside of you, it battles with each other. And in the Christian world, they call it your spirit and your flesh. I don't know what they call it in the Muslim community. I don't know. I mean, the religion, whether they call it, it could be the same thing. But good and bad is universal, right? And there's bad and there's good energy. Okay, you said evil energy. Okay, Young Riaz, thank you. So it battles on the inside of you, and I was just about to let that evil energy come out of me. I was there. I was like at the door knocking, saying, "Let me in. I'm finna break this mother open, right? I'm finna break this door open, right?" And I was like an inch away from letting it in. I really, really was. And a lot of people say, "Oh, she ain't gonna do." You never should say what somebody won't do. I can promise you that. You will find out. Listen at a lot of the news stories. Some people are unassuming. They seem like, oh, they wouldn't hurt a fly. Oh, and you'll hear reports that person was a good person. They ain't never showed no signs of killing nobody or doing this to anybody. And then you find out, baby, you don't ever know people like that. And I used to say that all the time, baby. And that's what I'm saying. You don't know people. And you need to be very careful who you put your mouth on. I'm going to just say that. So I was about to let that other part of me come out. And I had to sit back and think how far I came. Hey, Candy. I had to think how far I came. And when I thought about how far I came, I knew I couldn't go back to where I was. I knew that no person, no persons, nothing should have that much power over me to make me go back. Right? Now, some people, like my girl Lon Lon, she take a lot of things as a joke. And that's a part of her personality. She knows there's certain things that is not going to bother her. But see, we all have different temperaments. We all have different personalities. And some things that may hit another person may not hit another person, right? So for the person like me, I sometimes wear my heart on my sleeve. I've gotten better. Being on this app, I've learned to develop tougher skin. But I did at one point have my heart on my sleeve. And when you find yourself having your heart on your sleeve, that's just enough energy for the demonic to take over, because they see that you are soft. They see that you take everything so into yourself. You take it so deep. When other people, they're like, ain't no big deal. I'll laugh at it. And then I'll make fun of you, or I'll do something to you. Some people have that. I don't have that. If I want revenge, I want revenge. If I want, if I have very strong emotions, and I've had some people say, Selena, you can be really intense in a good and a bad way. I was like, okay, I don't know what that means. But then I started to understand and get to know myself. And I said, you know what? I really am intense. Hey, Tam Tam, happy birthday, sweetie. My girl Tam Tam's birthday, I think it was yesterday. Yes, Nancy, I do too. And I can be very intense, right? And when dark entities can see that you are you have a heart for people, and you wear your heart on your sleeve, and when they do something to you or say something to you, and I can be so intense, I almost want death. Had to really work on that. I said, I can't be feeling like that. That's too much energy given to somebody that I don't care about like that. So I really need to work on that. So I've gotten better over the years, but I've learned that when you have your heart on your sleeve, demonic entities knows that. And they know how to manipulate to make you do, say, and feel certain ways. Now, I'm going somewhere with this. Those who believe in the spirit realm, and like I said, it's a physical and a spirit realm, that in the spirit realm, we are so ignorant of. We're not as knowledgeable of the spirit realm because we don't see it. All we know are feelings. Have y'all ever been around a person? And this is where I'm talking about the spirit realm. You've been around a person and you thought they were cool, but then there was something inside of you like, I don't know. We call it our intuition. In the Christian belief, they call it discernment, right? But I think discernment is universal. That's basically the same thing to me as intuition. It's something that you feel. You don't know what exactly it is. You say, this person seemed cool, but I can't put my finger on it. Some things you can't put your finger on, but you know you feel it. That's a part of your spirit. I believe your spirit gives you inklings, or I would say maybe red flags that this person might not be okay, right? And only you know that. Now I am operating on my phone because, like I told y'all from the beginning, my laptop. I no longer have my school laptop. They took that away until I go back to school. Hey, Larry. So I am. I really have a virus on my laptop, so I'm using my phone. So be patient with me, please. But yeah, so that's what I'm letting you guys know. We are dealing with so much more, something bigger than what we know of, right? We are. Every time I think I have good judge of character, I don't. Correct. And a lot of times we are dead wrong. A lot of times we want to see what we want to see instead of what our, as my grandmother say, our first mind. Your first mind, if your first mind of a person is they seem okay, but let me be cautious. You might need to listen to that because you'll find out with that being cautious, you'll find out that the assessment, the observation is not over. Give that person some time and really see who they really are, and you'll find out that that inkling inside of you, that really was something your spirit letting you know you might want to heed with caution on that one. And then sometimes your spirit will let you know, hey, me and this person vibe. We seem like we're on the same wavelength. And even though we are different, I feel like we have a camaraderie with each other. I feel like there's some like there. I feel like there's some love there. I feel like there's some genuine respect on both ends, right? So that's something and that we really connect with, and the same thing when it's bad. So you you probably felt it when I was talking in the last couple of lives. I was battling on the inside of me. I was battling to either let the good take over and ignore and move on and stay on my content. And then I was battling with revenge. I'm gonna take this B down to I want to find her to I ain't gonna let this go. And then I said, no, it was a battle, guys. You could even see it when I was talking. I was trying to let things go. I was trying to move on, but then it was a part of me be like, if I see that hoe, that's exact. I'm telling you, that's how life can be. Even when you want to do good, even when you want to stay focused, it will always be someone, some things that will take your mind off of what is more important. It is more important for me to be here with you guys and talk and expound on things and find and even discover things together. It's more important for me to do that with you guys than to be arguing back and forth with a person. Number one, I don't like, won't ever like, and don't want to talk to, but I want to go back and forth on my platform to do what? That is not who I am. Like I told y'all, I'm not a person that goes back and forth. I'm more of a fighter. So when I said I'm using too much energy for negativity, I had to really call myself out. I really had to hold myself accountable because I was struggling. I was struggling this week. I really was. Yeah, get your blood pressure high, and you giving too much power. And like Tam Tam say, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. And I said before, time is valuable. Two things that you can never get back, right? And time is one of them. Time is one of them. You can never get time back. You can only learn to use it wisely. And I hate that I allowed my time to be wasted on foolishness. I hate it. Like I said, some people, they take it as a joke. So it's good for them. I'm not, hey, like I said, some people have that ability. I'm not one of them. I take things too hard. And I take things very, I would say more seriously, probably than I need to. Because some people ain't worth a thought. They ain't worth a word. They ain't worth nothing. So why give them energy that they're not worth it? Right? Now, I'm not saying don't defend yourself because I'll defend myself all day long. I mean, hey, if nobody else do, I definitely will. I don't have a problem with it. But at the same time, it's some things, if a person ain't touched you, they ain't taking your money away, they ain't doing nothing like where you can get to them, leave it alone. It's a waste of time. They're a waste of time. And I had to allow that time where I had to think. And this was, have y'all ever had a, this is kind of nasty, but it is what it is. Have you ever had that time when you were on your toilet? Hey, free thinkers. Thank you. Have you ever had that time when you were on your toilet and you was just thinking about stuff and you was just thinking about what you could do or what you could do better or man, I really messed up? That's the time that I had when I was sitting on the toilet and I was thinking, I know that's TMI, but what could I have done differently or what can I do differently now? Right? I'm thinking about what can I do differently now. I can't go about what happened in the past. I can only deal with what I have right now at this time. And then I said, well, I can stop giving people that are not worth my energy my energy. That's number one. Number two, before I speak or before I do a live, I might not need to be angry. I might need to step back, calm down, and that might be a couple of days. I'm not like, okay, I'm done. No, I kind of, sometimes I can seethe with anger and so I have to kind of take a couple of days, chill, and then come back. I should never do lives angry or as they would say, feeling a certain kind of way, right? Because I don't want to lose the good people that I have. I don't want to lose people that actually support me and see potential in me. Right. And yes, we are Harley and Realist. We are on borrowed time. So we have to use our time wisely. And how we give it to people that don't deserve it is what really really stands against us. Right. It's really not a wise decision to give them that energy, that space, or I call it living rent free in your head. Right? So when I see you guys that you have so much, y'all see potential in me and y'all see, y'all like what I have to say, and you really come to hear what I have to say, that's a blessing for me. That lets me know I'm doing something good, that I am using some of what God has given me to reach out and make the world just a little bit better. Right? So when I see you in my chat, when I see that you're how you support me, whether it's 15, whether it's 30, when you're here and you come through, you say hello, you push the like button for me, that's encouraging for me. That lets me know not to give up. That lets me know that I'm helping somebody. If it's not but just one thing, a word, I'm helping someone. So I am living in my purpose. So thank you for those who reach out to me and say, hey, don't go too far. Don't get too distracted. You got something more important. Hey, Vance, how are you, sweetie? I'm glad that you joined me today. I see I see that when that is being done, I see that I have a potential and I need to move forward in it. I need to move forward in my purpose, my talents, and my gifts. And I encourage you guys to do the same. See, this platform is not just for me, it's for people that are like minded, like I am. It's for people that actually are real free thinkers, right? It's for people that actually want to see a change, not only in themselves, but in the world that's around them. Because if we are not better people, we can't help other people to become better, right? We're just talking, we're just words, but it's everything starts within us. Everything. How we move, how we say things, how we address people, how we come off. It is all something about us, and how we operate in it, whether negative or good, it affects other people, not just us, it affects other people around us. Thank you so much, free thinkers. I appreciate you because I see I'm back on it. I'm back on it because I see what I see what the demonic energy was trying to do to me. They are trying to, and like I said, it's evil and good, and you don't see it, but it's there. And I'm not talking about no fairy tale stuff. I'm talking about stuff that's really there that we have no idea and don't have the knowledge of. But it is so many dark and it's light around us that we are not aware of it, and it fights for our souls. Whether we allow darkness or light take over, that's going to be on us to decide. And like I said, to this week I was struggling like big time. You have no idea. And I knew it was some people praying for me, family, friends, because they were like, we know Selena is crazy, but we also know Selena is a sweet person and that she means well. So I had to sit and think. I had a toilet moment, I call it. And I had to sit and think about what is more important, me going back and forth with a person I don't care nothing about, or me actually keep walking in my purpose. I have said what I said. Don't keep prolonging this situation. If another person wants to prolong it, that's on them. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But for me, Selena, and I ain't gonna say my whole name because I got a long name. Because I don't want to dox myself no more. Uh, for Selena, I don't have to entertain it. Now I'll be harangued with other people. Hey, yeah, I'm there for you. I'm clapping with you. Hey, we on the same page about certain things. Okay, I got it. But for me to spend my energy going back and forth because I take things to the heart. And the reason why I take things so to the heart because I don't understand how people do certain things. But then when I realize it's the demonic energy that they are controlled by, they allowed the darkness to take over. And the sad part about people that allow darkness to take over, they're so blinded. They have no light. They can't even see that the darkness has took over and had a field day with them. They playing with their emotions. They're playing with they're blinding them so much that they can't even see they're being used. So when I saw myself about to be used by the dark entities and to go back and forth with someone that I care nothing about, I knew then, Houston, we got a problem. Now, if anybody choose to go back and forth with somebody, hey, that's on you. I'm not going to say don't defend yourself. And some people deserve the medicine that they give, right? But for me, and because I know who I am and I know my weaknesses and my strengths, there's some things that my heart will not take lightly. You have to, what is it? Is that Shakespeare? To thy own self be true. I like Shakespeare. So when that was said, that is so true. You have to be true and know who you are and what you can handle and what you can't. And if you can't handle it, stay out of it. I take things very seriously. And some people say, well, it ain't a big deal. People want to take it. It's very serious to me. You keep coming for me, baby. I want to see death on you. I have gotten better, right? I have gotten better because I understand that is negative demonic energy. So you have to learn to let those things go. That comes by time. It comes by letting it go every day. Because some things is not, I let it go and it goes away. This something, sometimes some things are every day you have to let things go. Because there's always going to be something that's said or done that will make you cringe or that will make you angry. You can look at the news and see how people, they have no care and concern about anybody, not even themselves. They'll kill you. Say, for instance, one of these men and women, and and the women are just the same. They'll kill their partner for not wanting to be with them. Then they'll turn around and kill themselves and their kid. Well, they'll kill their kids, the partner, and themselves. They have no concern. They have no heart. It's like the darkness has taken over their soul. It has blinded them so much that they can't even see that some things is not that deep. Some things is not that serious. And when I find myself taking things like YouTube and nonsense and foolishness seriously, I know there is a problem that is within me, because I should never allow anyone or anything take any power, even just a little bit, over me. I'm telling you, your girl is back. But believe me, you know I will defend myself. But I don't ever on my platform want to bring that foolishness to you guys ever again. I wasn't trying to. I was actually trying to make you aware so that you can know what is going on and why sometimes I have venom. And I talk about certain things on YouTube because I don't care what anybody says. I have been harassed and cyberbullied on YouTube. First time in my life ever. But I never want to bring that venom to you guys. You don't deserve that. You guys that support me, you deserve the best content out of me that you could ever get. Why? Because that is my purpose, to encourage, my purpose to give knowledge, and to allow dark entities and people that are being used by them affect me is a sin to me and you. You guys deserve better, and I want to give you that very thing. I want to let you know that this is a place that you can come and be yourself. This is a place that you can come and hear something that is encouraging, that is thought provoking. This is what I'm here for. Not only is this to be able to help me, it's to help you guys, because there may be some talents and gifts, there may be some purposes that you have not tapped into. This is to get you thinking, how can I change my life? How can I do things differently? What do I need to look at that is more significant than other things? This is the channel that I want to create. And how dare me allow people like that, or situations, or other entities in my life, stop me from doing and living in my purpose? How dare me? I want to be a channel where when you see me, you see a walking testimony. I want you to look at your life and see how special and how purposeful you really are and you really can be. Right? So yes, this is an encouraging thing. I don't want to act like I'm preaching, but I just want to let you know you guys are much more important to me, as free thinkers say, a bunch of lames. You guys are more important to me. And I'm sorry but I'm human. And I know we all struggle with the good and the bad. We all struggle with the bull BS, right? We all struggle with wanting to do right, but we do wrong. We all struggle with our emotions, some more than others, and I'm one of them. I can admit when when I get mad, I really get mad. I start crying. Sometimes I don't even start crying. It just depends. Sometimes I'll cry. And when I cry, I'm like really mad. When I'm shaking, I'm ready to fight. That's just how I've always operated. So I even have to learn how to reprogram my mind. I got to know who to give energy to and who not to give energy to. And hey Cole, how are you, sweetie? And some mother suckers, they ain't worth it. Hey Drea, they ain't worth it. That's why I say we really have to guard our hearts with all diligence, because when we allow certain negativity to hit us hard or to go in our heart, it affects our whole being. It affects who we are. It affects how we communicate with other people that don't deserve that. You guys did not deserve to be in that. I wanted to make you aware, but I think I turned it a little bit when I was talking about it. I really feel like that I didn't want to bring that to my platform because, again, I don't want to give people like that any clout. I don't want to give anybody any clout that's not worth my time. That's not worth my energy. And I apologize to you guys wholeheartedly for that. What Nancy say? Really, really mad. I I'm mad cry. Oh yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. When I'm really mad, I be I cry sometimes, or if I don't cry, I'm shaking. And at this time, I'm trying to find you. So I know my limitations. And that's why I said I really hate that I allowed my energy to and bring that into with you guys. That is something that I will always think about when I go live. Number one, I'm not going to go live angry, especially even if I have it scheduled, I'm going to cancel it because I'm already ready to go nuck if you buck. I bet I'm just saying that's the song I hear in my head that's the song I hear. I'm telling you, I mean, Crime Mob, that was my group. Don't look, I done came a long way. I can go, like they say, I can go dark on you, like real dark. But because of my upbringing and because of my belief system, I can't go too far. But I can go there, all the way there. That's why I say, leave people alone that you're not sure about. You just going by how a person look or how they seem to be. You don't know people. Hey, Agent Smith, you don't know people. Like I told y'all better check these folks out. Especially when you date and you see all these For My Man and what's that other one? Fatal Attraction. Think people they look normal, they will kill you when they mad or they feel a certain kind of way. That's why I say you better leave people alone and watch who you put your mouth on. Everybody don't take it as it's just YouTube or it's just a game or it's just Facebook or whatever, Instagram. It's some people that have the tendency or have it within them, like me, that are quiet, that do try to do good and that try to be good people. But that only goes so far because you tried and you want to do the right thing, that's when you have to watch it, because that's the person that will take you on out of here. I've seen it. You see it on the news. You will say, you would never think this person would have done this. They seem like a good person. They, you know, some of these people take YouTube too personal. And I'm one of them, Cole. I have not been on here, like I have just became I was, I guess, a content creator since February, early part of February, right? And there has been some things that have happened to me that make me a little touchy, right? And I wasn't built like maybe you, or maybe Empress Learning One Love, where y'all can kind of take the hits and laugh about it. Take it very seriously. And that's why I said this is creating, even though it's a lot of situations on here I hate, this is creating tough skin. So thank you, haters. You doing me a favor. Thank you, haters. Thank you, enemies. You doing me a favor, right? You're creating a tougher skin. And actually, you might be, not might be, you are gonna be creating that beast. That beast is gonna come out, and not in a bad way. One day I can see myself expounding in different areas. I'm gonna be doing entertainment. I'm gonna be meeting people in higher places. I'm a skyrocket probably a lot farther than any of the people that were talking against me. I can see it. I can smell it. I can taste it. Now, right now, you see me as a little threat, but I'm still a threat, right? I'm here. I'm not going away. I'm not hiding up under a table. I'm not hiding behind the avatar, because I will say, hey, y'all, this is me. I'm here. I'll let you know I'm here. I ain't no catfish, right? But you see me as a little threat. So one day when I surpassed and I'm actually doing great and big things, I got to give my haters and enemies, I got to give them a thank you card. I might have to even get them a gift card. Thank you for doing what you did. Thank you for talking about me like a dog. Thank you for lying on me. You are making me into the great person that I am, and that I will become. So, like I said, guys, I appreciate my supporters. I actually appreciate the people that come through here. If it's nothing but a like, a view, if it's nothing but, and thank you for the cash apps. Y'all a blessing. Like, seriously, I'm thankful. Yes, Shay Love. The hate elevates you. Thank you, Agent Smith. You're always very sweet. The hate elevates you to the highest extent. And let me tell you, some people may think the Bible is a fairy tale. Hey, that's your opinion. I don't knock people for what they believe and what they don't believe. But if you ever heard of most of the stories in the Bible, there's always been people that were considered the underdog. The underdog, as y'all know in every story, it's the person that is less likely to rise above, less likely to make an impact, a powerful impact. The Bible has always used underdogs. King David, he didn't start out as a king. He started out as a shepherd boy in the field. Queen Esther was an orphan raised by her uncle. Joseph was hated by all of his 12 brothers. All of them hated him, except one, his brother Benjamin. His father loved him the most. But he felt like the underdog because even though he was favored by his father, his brothers hated him and they sold him into slavery. Hey, only he was in slavery for years. Went to jail because a Egyptian woman, lied on him and said that he slept with him. She was trying to sleep with him. Went into prison for years. And then it was one incident that set him free. He ended up having, God gave him the gifting of dreams and interpreting dreams. And it was I guess, the cook and the cupbearer that were in jail because the the Pharaoh at that time wanted to know um, basically who was trying to poison him. Was it the person that was actually making the food or was it the cupbearer? Right. So once he was in prison, he had those dreams about the cupbearer and the cook went to him and asked him, well, what does these dreams mean? And he interpreted exactly what those dreams meant. I believe the I think it was the cupbearer or the wine barrel, that the person that gave him the wine, I believe he was the one that got killed because I believe he was the one that was trying to poison him. And the other one was relieved. And he said, please remember me when you go back to the palace and let them know that I helped interpret your dream. A couple of years later, that cook forgot about Joseph. The Pharaoh was thinking about something and he was trying to figure out, well, I'm trying to figure out, what are these dreams? What do they actually mean? And he had several dreams about, there were 7 cows in the field that were fat, and then there was the other 7 calves in the field that were very poor and scrawny. And he was trying to figure out what does those dreams mean. And guess what? That same man that was in the prison with Joseph, he remembered Joseph. He said, I know somebody that can interpret dreams. The man interpreted the dream to the Pharaoh. And then Pharaoh liked him so much and gave him so much favor. He was the second commander in chief under the Pharaoh. And at the end, he actually had to help his brothers, all of his family, and brought them over to Egypt because there was a famine in the land. So I knew I took you out of church, but I want you to know the Bible uses underdogs. In every story, there's an underdog. There's someone that's less likely. There's someone that's unassuming. There's someone that you don't even think a second about. And if you do, you know they're a threat. You want to, and some of those people, they see you as a little threat. So they attack you. They try to attack you to get you off course. But when you find out that it's just an attack, don't take it personal. Move on and know who you're dealing with. You learn that as much as they try to attack you, your purpose is so much more important and greater. That is what I am learning. Yes, Agent, the book of Enoch. That is so much more important as I would say, letting trash in your eye. And Job. Always remember, when you feel like you are the underdog, you are just in enough position to be the top dog. Remember that. Always remember, when you feel like the underdog, you are already positioned to be the top dog. Hey, Tamika, how are you, sweetie? And I hope that this has been encouraging to you. Like I said, it's Saturday. I want you to go out and have a good time. The Memorial Weekend is here. I want everybody to have a good time. And to my Israelites, Tamika and Chiki, shalom. I don't know how you pronounce that. Shabbat shalom. Thank you, Candy. Thank you. I hope everybody has a great day. I hope that this has been an impactful live. And thank you guys for those who held me accountable. I will not bring any of this foolishness back to this platform. I'm not going to let trash in my eye. If I'm angry about something, I will not go live because I want to make an impact, a positive impact on you guys. I want to make a positive impact on myself and my listeners, whoever that, especially that listen with good intent, those who want to, have some better type of content to listen to instead of the foolishness. um, you know, I want to be able to give that guy. I want to give that to you guys. I believe y'all deserve, and the people that support me, that are listening, that don't get in the chat, believe you guys are worth more. And I want to give you guys the best content that I can give you. And I hope that I can just be a blessing to you guys. Please have a great weekend. Go outside, have a good time. Don't be on YouTube all night and day. Um, do something impactful, do something fun, and just be you at the end of the day. Y'all be blessed. Everybody is special to me in this chat. Have a and also have a safe weekend, because it's a lot of drunk drivers out there. Pray you guys be protected. Be safe. And just remember, when you are the underdog, you're always in the position to be the top dog. Remember that. Love you to Reese's Pieces. Bye bye.